Sa video na to, pag-aaralan natin ang cash flow statement. So, pag sinabi natin cash flow statement, it is a financial statement that summarizes the cash receipts and cash disbursements within an accounting period. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay isang financial statement din na pine-prepare natin at the end of the accounting period para malaman natin kung ano ba yung mga pumasok na pera sa atin, sa ating business, and at the same time, yung mga lumabas na pera sa business natin. So as we all know, yung cash yung isa sa mga pinaka-liquid na asset at pinaka-importanteng asset ng business because it is mostly used in the operations of the business. So pag sinabi natin ganun, so ito yung ginagamit natin para mag-operate yung business para pambayad ng mga expenses natin tulad ng salaries, pagbili ng equipment, o kaya man ay ito rin yung ginagamit natin pambili ng supplies, ng inventories, and some others. Kapag wala yung cash natin, mahihirapan tayong mag-operate yung business natin. And at the same time, importante na monitor natin yung flow ng cash sa business kasi ito yung asset na pwedeng mawala, pwedeng manakaw, pwedeng kuhanin, o pwedeng gamitin sa ibang bagay na hindi related sa business. Kaya dapat properly monitored and reported yung cash ng business. So, una muna natin kailangan nating malaman yung tinatawag nating inflow or yung cash receipts at yung outflow naman or yung cash disbursements. So, simple lang yon. Pag sinabi nating cash receipts or inflow, ito yung mga pumasok na pera sa business. Kapag sinabi naman nating cash disbursements or cash outflows, ito naman yung mga lumabas na pera sa business. Okay? So, inflow, pumasok, outflow, lumabas. And last thing na kailangan natin i-consider sa pag-prepare ng cash flow statement ay yung pag-categorize natin ng mga activities under operating, financing, and investing activities. So, kapag pinrepare na natin yung cash flow statement, ang reference natin dito ay yung ledger ng cash. So, iisa-isahin natin kung ano ba yung mga transactions that involves cash. And then, ika-classify natin kung ito ay operating, investing, or financing. So, paano nga ba natin ito ika-classify into those activities? So, sa pag-classify natin into operating, investing, and financing, actually, marami tayong masyadong dapat tandaan. Pero sa video na to, isa-summarize lang natin siya para madali nyo siyang matandaan kahit wala kayong tinitignan na reference. Okay? So, simulan natin doon sa operating activities. So, pag sinabi nating operating activities, so these are the activities of a business in order for them to generate income and to pay for their expenses. Ibig sabihin, normal operation ng business. So, normal operation ng business na nagbebenta, nagre-render ng service, nagbabayad ng expenses, nagbabayad ng utang at nagpapautang. Okay? So, yung mga key notes natin na dapat tandaan under operating activities ay accounts receivable and accounts payable, income accounts, and expense accounts. Ulitin ko tandaan nyo, accounts receivable and payable, income accounts, and expense accounts. So, pag sinabi natin accounts receivable and payable, so more likely, kapag nagbayad ng utang yung mga nagkakautang sa atin, that is a deduction under accounts receivable and magkakaroon tayo ng inflow sa ating cash. So, that is an inflow under operating activities. Pero kapag tayo naman yung nagbayad ng utang, so that is a deduction under accounts payable and a reduction or decrease sa cash natin. Kaya, i-consider natin yon as outflow naman under operating activities. Okay? Kapag nag-generate naman tayo ng income, so ibig sabihin yung mga customers natin, nagbabayad sa atin para sa mga services na nirender natin at sa mga products na dinideliver or pinoprovide natin sa kanila, so that is an inflow sa cash under operating activities. Kapag tayo naman ay nagbabayad ng mga expenses natin, all types of expenses tulad ng salaries, ng supplies, ng taxes, and licenses, and some others, so that is an outflow naman under operating activities. So, to summarize, under operating activities, ang cash inflow natin ay accounts receivable and income. Kapag outflow naman under operating activities, so that is accounts payable and expenses. So, yung next naman natin ay yung investing activities. So, pag sinabi nating investing activities, it involves buying and selling of equipment, plant, and properties. Also, selling and buying marketable securities, and at the same time, collection and payment of notes receivable. So, under investing activities, ang tatandaan nyo lang ay tatlong accounts ulit. Ang unang account natin ay non-current assets or yung property, plant, and equipment na mga accounts. Kapag ka nakabenta at nakabili ng mga properties na yon or ng mga property, plant, and equipment. And yung pangalawa naman natin ay yung mga marketable securities or yung trading securities. So, ito yung mga tinatawag nating mga long-term investments. So, yung last naman natin under investing activities na account ay yung notes receivable. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng inflow under investing activities kapag ka, ibig sabihin ng inflow, pumasok ulit yung pera kapag ka tayo ay nakabenta ng property, plant, and equipment. So, binenta mo halimbawa yung equipment mo, nagbayad sa'yo yung customer, so meron kang inflow under investing activities. Kapag ka ikaw naman ay nakabenta ng marketable securities or trading securities, so ito naman din ay inflow dahil magbabayad sa'yo yung investor mo. And at the same time, inflow naman siya kapag ka nagpautang ka under notes receivable at nagbayad sa'yo, nagkakautang sa'yo under notes receivable. So, outflow naman kapag kabaliktaran nun. Halimbawa, namili taman tayo ng equipment or ng furniture and some other non-current assets. So, ibig sabihin, nagbayad tayo, nagkaroon ng outflow sa cash natin. Pangalawa naman, kapag tayo naman yung namili ng marketable securities or ng trading securities. And pangatlo naman, kapag tayo yung nagpautang sa nangungutang sa atin under notes receivable. So, nagkaroon ng outflow sa cash natin under investing activities. So, ulitin ko lang, under investing activities ulit. So, that is property, plant, and equipment accounts, marketable securities, at the same time, yung last naman natin ay yung notes receivable. And yung last naman natin ay yung financing activities. So, tatlong accounts ulit yung kailangan yung tandaan. Una, notes payable. So, kapag tayo ay nangutang, so ibig sabihin, merong binigay sa ating pera, so that is an inflow under financing activities. Kapag tayo naman ay nagbayad na ng notes payable natin, so that is an outflow naman under financing activities. Yung pangalawang account naman natin ay yung capital account. So, kapag nag-invest yung owner ng business sa business, so that is an inflow sa business kasi nagkaroon ng cash yung business. And yung pangatlo naman natin ay yung withdrawal account. So, ibig sabihin, dahil nag-withdraw from the business, that is an outflow. Okay? So, notes payable, capital, and withdrawal account. So, kailangan mo munang malaman kung paano siya i-classify in order for you to prepare the cash flow statement na pag-aaralan natin sa susunod na video. So, kung meron kang question, i-comment mo lang sa ating comment section at baka masagot natin yan sa mga susunod nating pag-aaralan. At huwag kakalimutang i-like at i-follow ang ABM Online PH sa YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Debit, credit, power!